you're interested in my build, you can find that in the outro if I have a video for it. If not, you can always find it early on patreon.com/wids. Hope you enjoy. So dudes, so another Saturday. So let's go through all the vendor reset and blueprints. So let's start with the blueprints. So we have a classic AK-47 and a classic M60. The AK, it's actually one of my favorite weapons in the game despite not being the best. Sadly, this is a classic one which have the worst recoil. You really want to have a black market one. But if you really want the AK and you don't have a good one, you could go with this one, but the recoil is gonna be a bit worse. We have a stam mask and stam knee pads, which is pretty bad in my opinion, because you should not go stam on a main piece. Unless you're doing something special, because stam is like the worst. We have Omega rifle, which is really good if you want headshot damage on the muscle, so pick that up. Performance gear mode and stam gear mode. Stam gear mode could be nice if you need to get that responsive, you should get that. But yeah, other than that, nothing too special here. Go to the special equipment vendor. Was no special exotics here. Rehab mask here, it's pretty decent but not used too much. But that's a good one. Pretty good nibble holster. The armor is not the best, but that's like the last thing you should look at. The rest of the stats are really good. 7 skill haste. Just roll electronics and you have a really good holster. Then we have a final measure holster as well. Really good if you go health, so just roll stam. Or you could even roll skill haste there, because like losing 70 stam is not a big deal. So yeah, that's a good final measure holster as well. Go to the Dark Zone gear vendor here in the base. I have a pretty good pro red dot sight for a disciplined sniper build, right? So you got high crit damage, almost the max, you have high headshot damage, and you don't need a crit chance if you do a discipline build. So if you're playing a carbon, getting that extra 5% optimal range is really good. So this one is really good for a disciplined sniper build. Advanced weaponry vendor. Have a really good hunting M44. The headshot damage is 12% off, which is actually a whole brutal, right? But other than that, it's pretty high base damage. I think it's almost the max. It got unforgiving and prepared, so you could just roll away harmful, and if you play with that stam, like, it's decent. I would not prefer unforgiving though, but I mean, if you don't have a good sniper, this one is definitely worth a pickup since the high base damage and pretty high headshot damage. So yeah, I would probably roll away. The thing is, I would never spec this stam for unforgiving. If you would do that, however, then I would roll away harmful. Otherwise, I would actually roll away unforgiving and get brutal probably, yeah. And at Camp Hudson, we do have a pretty good inventive backpack. Decent electronics roll. We have the health roll and ammo capacity. Armor is decent as well. And inventive backpack is the backpack you want to have if you play as a healer, right? Or maybe with a Seeker might build as well, but definitely healer. Dark Zone 6 safe house. We do have a really good Banshee mask here with real high firearms. The armor is pretty bad, like on the bad side, but as I said before, armor is like the last thing you should care about. So if you're looking for a Banshee mask, this one is great. Would roll away the crit chance for either EDR or skill power. Dark Zone 8 safe room. Here we have pretty decent accomplished knee pads, good armor roll, good electronics roll, really good minor as well, shock, burn and increased kill experience, which would be perfect if you want to have a like Garrel accomplished knee pads. So just roll away the major for health would be the best. Yeah, they are really good. Go to this one as well here. Have some pretty good final measure gloves. Almost max armor. LMG, crit hit chance, crit hit damage. The firearms is a bit on the lower side though, so they would be perfect for a LMG build. I mean, you could still roll something else, but yeah, for LMG they are super good. Dark Zone 9 safe room. Decent crit chance, crit damage mag, I guess. But that's not what we're here for. To check the other vendor here. It's up here. A sentry holster here, which is pretty damn good. If you want to have crit chance on it, then you can even roll a main stat like the firearms. Or you could just roll the crit chance for skill haste or health. I prefer skill haste. And that's a pretty solid holster. We got tactician gloves, which have crit damage, enemy armor damage, marksman rifle damage. If you need tactician gloves, I guess they would do. I know a lot of people may struggle to get those. If you're interested to do the solo version 2 build, which is my favorite build probably, you could use these gloves. Could roll the electronics to get 100 more electronics right, or you could just roll away enemy armor damage for probably assault rifle damages if that's what you're playing. Like losing 100 electronics, it's not a big deal. So Checkpoint East 58th Street. We got a specialized backpack with decent armor and pretty good electronics roll. We got health as well, so you could just roll the miner to burn, for example. I don't think bleed resistance is that good. If you prefer ammo, you could go that. I prefer burn resistance here though. Or if you want to keep the burn, you could roll the electronics to a firearms, for example. Or yeah, I would probably use to roll the bleed to burn, and that's a pretty good backpack. Darkstone East 40th Street. We got electronics mod with 253 electronics and 3% skill haste. So if you don't have electronics mods with skill haste, I would definitely get a few of these. They only cost 21,000 Darkstone credits, so they are pretty easy to farm. But yeah, I think that's it for this week of vendor reset. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I do daily Division videos, all from gameplay to guides, highlights, build videos. And if that's not enough, you can find me streaming daily on twitch.tv/wids. Have a nice day.